Hey everyone, so recording for the second time today. Been playing a little bit, kind of nice to have a bit more knowledge when setting up now so that things are going a little bit smoother. I've got some clear goals that I know I want to do, and yeah, it's cool to be able to work towards those. Certainly haven't been doing everything perfect. There's a lot of flaws with the stuff that I've done, but overall it's been a lot better than it was last time, and yeah, I'm quite happy. So you can see that first of all I've um, replaced the slab floor with actual cobblestone blocks. Seeing as we've got a cobble gen, we don't need to use the blocks, the slabs anymore and stuff. So um, plenty of cobble now. So I just got that all set up and cleaned up. Cleaned up all the starting islands. So all that's left is our bedrock block, which will be used for our laser drill later on. Set up the Tinkers stuff that I'd crafted, and yeah, made a whole bunch of patterns. Got that all done. Set up the smeltery a bit better. So what I did was I had my tiny one. Well, I don't know if I had the tiny one on the camera last time. Anyway, so I built a tiny one. Used that to then smelt down some cobblestone. Took ages. While it was doing that, I sifted a whole bunch of sand, which got me my yellorium that I needed. So now we went from a torch. I put some lava under there to speed it up because it was going really slow, and the smelting the cobblestone takes up a lot of lava. So had lava there for a little bit, then changed into a yellorium block. So that is 50 times melting speed. It's plenty. It does a lot. So with that, what I was able to do, make a whole bunch of searing bricks, use them to make the blocks and the drains and the faucets and the tables and everything. Got that all set up, or got that all made. Put that down. And I've added this redstone clock, which does a redstone pulse, and then connected that with these redneck cables, which are basically like redstone but cable form. So redstone, normally you have to put it on top of something. These cables can just be put anywhere. What I've done under here is using these item ducts and put these servos in them to pull the ingots off the table. And so what we have now is this on-off switch. So if I turn this off, they won't do anything, but as soon as I turn it on, as soon as there's enough molten liquid in there, they'll start pouring out ingots, and that's how we get this nice amount of iron here. You can see I've smelted some lead and some tin because I needed those for the item ducts. Now the redneck cables themselves needed plastic, so plastic is made from rubber. So we've got this raw rubber here from the rubber trees. So you put that in the furnace, it turns into a rubber bar. Then you put the bar into the furnace, and that turns into raw plastic. And then the plastic can be used to craft the cables. So I've done that, got that all automated and nice. I just got this hopper here. I just chuck stuff in there. Let's do an example, shall we? I'll do some copper. I need some copper. We'll do. So these are the forms of the metals that you can get is gravel, the sand, and then the dust, which come from sieving the gravel, the sand, and the dust. Now you can use a hammer to break the gravel and turn it into sand, and then the sand into dust, and you get more of it. But to me, it's not worth it because we're going to be using an automated process anyway, and it's going to be running constantly, so we don't have to worry about how much effort it is or efficiencies. It will we can just add more processes to the system if we needed that. So if we click on there, we can see in our smeltery, we've got a nice big smeltery, so we can smelt lots of things at once. Now it's pouring all the copper. Now the item ducts we're using are quite slow, so things take a little while to come in. I thought they would have been quick enough, but they could be quicker. It's gonna do for now. So yeah, they come pouring in. We've got 12 tables working, so instead of just one manually at a time, we're able to automatically smelt 12 ingots per time. So that's very nice. Here I've set up a walkway. Now I'm using the half slabs here, mainly because we got them from pulling them all up here, and monsters can't spawn on the half slabs. So it's just easier than putting torches down. I do that with the cobblestone fence around so I don't fall off. You'll notice I haven't put any cobblestone fence around the rest of the platform. I'm just being careful at the moment, and I don't want to get too comfortable here, you know. I'm trying to get the processes started so that I've got a mass amount of stone so I can start building things. The plan currently is to start with a big rock, and then on that rock we put a bunch of dirt around it and a tree trunk. So the tree trunk, it'll be a rotted tree stump, if you will, and then that tree stump will have several fungus growing out of it and around it, and it's going to be one of those kind of hollow ones that's rotted on the inside. And I'll do that, and then the stone and the dirt also can have their many different types of fungus and things. So the tree trunk mainly will be for growing things, because we can do those nice flat fungus that grow on the side of trees as like big platforms to put in gardens and things. So I think that will go alright. Yeah. Jeez. So yeah. The other thing is, with the smeltery, we build it up, and that gives us more capacity in the thing, so we can melt more things at a time. It also means it can hold more molten liquid, but we're trying to automatically smelt everything into ingots anyway. I want to keep it clean. Don't want to end up like last time with a whole bunch of little bits of different molten metals and all sorts in there. So anyway, that bridge is going to go to my passive mob farm, which is essentially just me putting down the dirt with the grass seeds. I believe, yeah, this is a blood moon, yay. I was hoping it wouldn't be night time. I'm not particularly keen to set this stuff up at night. I'm actually looking at it. That might not be far enough away. Whoops, wrong button. That one. So if I'm standing on spawn point, which, funnily enough, isn't in the middle of the spawn chunk. Oh, jeez, I don't know why I yawn so much when I do these videos. So I'm there, that's 1130. 1156, 26. Yeah, that should be enough actually. So what I plan to do is just I've got 25, so I might just do a 5 by 5 square of grass, and yeah, set that all up. Actually, let's, if we are close enough, yep, we got that. So yeah, next thing is the passive mob farm that will make a passive farm there. So I might do the seed analyzer first so that it can pick up the passive farm stuff, and then we might be starting on this quest line with all the plants and things, seeing as we want to get the dye to start building some fungus. Anyway, we might as well get all the quests done for it. Some other quests that will be tackled will be this burning power, which is to create a survivalist generator which consumes lava, I think, or it might consume coal. Yeah. So anyway, that's our first way of generating power. We grab that, and then we can use that to power the automatic sieving. And yeah, set up a whole bunch of sieves, because we can sieve all sorts of stuff that I haven't sieved previously, like all the nether stuff. So we don't need to go to the nether to get things. We will go to the nether, but yeah, we can sift soul sand, we can sift crushed netherrack, we can sift end stone. Yeah, so I want to set all those up to start getting all those materials, and yeah, just having it all available. Yeah, the thing is, to do the power, we need hemp. So that's why I'm doing the passive mob farm and stuff now, setting up the dirt, because harvesting grass is how you get some of those seeds and stuff. So that's what I'll be doing next. I don't want to do it right now with the night time. I was going to do it on camera, but I'll leave it. I'll just well, I've talked about those things, and then what I want to do now, instead of going over there and trying to build stuff, is to actually do the hemp. I think the hemp's for the compactor, right? No. What do I need the hemp for? Oh no, it is. Because you need copper coil, which uses hemp rope. Right. Anyway. What I want to do now is loot chests. Oops, jeez. I got some more copper there than I should. Shotgun. Right. Look at all these loot chests. So just to show you the quests, it's all these ones, all the casts. So I did all those. So we'll do that, and then yeah, off camera I'll set up so I can I also want to automate, we can make obsidian. So we've got these barrels, but you can make stone barrels which can hold lava and then use those to make obsidian, so I might do that as well. That would be very nice. Anyway, we'll go with this. Amulet of growth, isn't that great? Yeah, that's just decoration stuff. Heart glass, not that great. Enriched alloy is really good because those things are expensive in this mod pack. All processing upgrades, yeah, could be another. Oh, look at that, quest updated. That must be way off. Yeah, it's not even gonna let me look at it. Cooking for blockheads. No. Those. The moss can be handy sometimes, but as you can see, just having cobblestone near a barrel with water in it creates mossy stone, so it's not that interesting. Electrotine and red alloy ingot, that is actually really handy because I need to make 3 of these red alloy ingots, and each of them takes 8 redstone, and I was worried that I was going to have to use all my redstone up for them. So yeah, that's actually really handy. Just records, agricraft stuff, which can be handy. Zanite ring, no. Yeah, that can be handy if I get the washing machine that goes with it, and another amulet of growth. Overall, yeah, the mechanism enriched alloys are nice, but I think by the time I can actually use them, I'll be able to create them fairly easily, even though they are quite expensive. But you've got to set up the supply chain to get all those resources anyway, so it's not an extra 4 of them isn't going to break the game. It isn't even going to make any noticeable difference really. But these electrotine alloy and the red alloy ingot, having 12 of those is going to be really handy. Yeah, I think that'll be it. I'll just chuck all this stuff in here. Actually, what were those? It's an extra utilities thing, right? I'm just trying to think of that file cabinet thingy that I had last time. Not one actual filing cabinet. What was it called? Maybe it wasn't an extra utilities thing. The problem is trying to find stuff, right? Like, if you want to find things that transport items, there's no one thing that you can search to find those things. Some of them are pipes, some of them are conduits, some of them are ducts. So unless you know the names of all this stuff, you can't look it up yourself, which to me is kind of annoying because what's cabinet? No. Chest won't bring it up, I bet. Yeah, so it means you have to look it up online, which ends up meaning that you find out all this stuff from other people, seeing how they do things and all that sort of stuff, which, yeah, is you can't discover and experiment yourself unless you go into creative mode and cheat and basically just drop all the items down and check what they do. Oh, what's it called? Storage. Oxygen storage. This, right? Modular storage. Yeah, this must be it. What does this machine... damn it, that's ages off. Enderium, Signalium. I was hoping I could craft a couple of those. So those would be really nice if I could get some of those in a loot chest. Some of these as well, deep storage units. Hold 2 billion items. Now the plastic, reinforced obsidian, yeah, dark steel's ages away. And then dimensional transceiver is really ages away. Yeah, because these modular storage is really handy because they hold 300 stacks of items and they're kind of searchable and stuff. It's a lot tidier than something like this and just having a whole bunch of diamond chests around. And it's something you can do before getting to an actual AE system. And then maybe Ender IO stuff. We just search Ender IO. Inventory panel. So still need the QED. Need vibrant alloy and stuff. So yeah, might be going for that. Anyway, completely off track. So yeah, what I'll be doing now is I'll set up the passive farm, get that all going, maybe even do a whole bunch of these seed quests, depending on how bothered I can be doing it at this point. Yeah, it'd be nice to have all those colours to work with for dyeing the stone. The other thing is I need to look into stone generation, because I know I can take my cobblestone and I can smelt it into stone, but is there a way of generating stone right now that doesn't have that extra step of smelting it? I might have to look into it. I'm pretty sure the stone barrels can do cobblestone, stone and obsidian. So I've got these stone barrels here. I might look into it and then I can do a couple. And then yeah. Then the next thing is, once I've actually got the hemp seeds and got a bit of hemp, then I can create some compactors which will compact all this crushed ore and stuff into the blocks so it can be fed into the smelter automatically, and I can just have a diamond chest here that is filled with awesome stuff. Yeah. Fine. Where's silver? Actually, how much gold do I have? I bet you I got a billion. That's one good thing about crushed netherrack is every time you sieve it, you get one piece of gold plus other stuff. So if you want gold, it's really decent way of doing it until you get to the plants and you can start growing stuff at crazy speeds. And then I need silver. Where's... Still gold. It's just that one. There we go, silver. How much silver is this? Because I need some invar to do the automatic sieving machines. Invar is 1 part gold, 1 part silver. So that's 10, that's 8. Can we make any more gold? No. Alright, we'll go with this. So what I'll do is I'll turn that off so it doesn't start making ingots out of it, so we get like a couple of silver ingots and a couple of gold ingots. We want them all to be invar. One of the next things to do as well is, instead of using lava as fuel, is to try and get a pyrotheum, blazing pyrotheum cow, which we can then milk for pyrotheum to put in there, and that will go a lot better. Ah, crap. What's invar? That's electrum. Totally wrong. Molten invar. Nickel, 1 part nickel, 2 parts iron. Okay, that's alright, I'll do that. We just made some electrum. Need electrum at some point anyway, so that's alright. Yeah, so I'll stop it here. It's getting late, so I'll stop this. Got some other stuff to do today. And yeah, maybe tomorrow set up the passive farm and things. Yeah, it could be interesting depending on what cows we start getting through. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time.